but I decided to pull some of our tomato plants here in the side garden. Last week I built some raised beds that we're gonna put in the side garden here. It's usually really wet, so we want to get the plants kind of up out of the wet ground. And it uses the land more efficiently. So we have our raised beds over there that are going to go in this section here. And now I'm just about to use this to mark out where our beds are going to be. And so we have, I think, 12 beds. I'm going to do 6 rows and 2 beds in each row. So once I get the raised beds in, I'm going to put an initial layer of kind of aged manure at the bottom, probably a couple inches. Then after that, I'll put a couple inches of broken down or composted wood chips. And then on top of that layer, I'm going to put a clean layer of compost to make sure there's no weed seeds in the top layer. So right now I'm marking where I want the beds at. The beds are 3 feet wide, and I want the aisleways to be about 2.5 feet. Now the beds are actually a little bit more than 3 feet, so the walkways will probably be closer to 2 feet. Kind of laying these out, and then from here going that way I'll just kind of eyeball what looks straight. We're not too worried about perfection.
We aren't?
Well, we try to make it look nice.
Where are your earmuffs, Mr. Keeler?
The wind's blowing the noise away today, so I don't need one. I probably should have some, shouldn't I? Let's see if I can make some raised beds. Instead of buying lumber, I'm using a bunch of old barn wood. Either way, I don't want treated stuff. Okay. It's pretty simple. Doesn't take many tools to be able to do this. All it takes is a pencil, measuring tape, square, and a chop saw.
Oh, don't forget the earplugs.
And earplugs.
Earplugs.
I'm actually going to make it flush up top. The bottom will vary a little bit in the ground.
Gabriel, can you hear me?
I'll put it on his pants. Hold the hammer. Now you have to hit the head on the nail. Ready? Like this. Can you do that? Good job. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it.
Hit it in.
You have to hit it all the way in. There you go. Feel that?
Good job,
Feel that?
Stefan. Look at there it goes.
Hold on to it. There you go.
Good job, Stefan.
Once I get them all laid out, I'm going to go where my walkway is going to be. I'm going to shovel some of that dirt and put it into the raised beds. So that'll raise the beds even higher, and it'll give a place for the water to drain away to. But then I'll go back and mulch it, so I'll make it so we can walk in it.
It's looking really good. I like the rustic look of them.
So here I am at our first row of beds that we just completed. Now we're gonna have 2 rows here, another one up here. As you can see, right now it always looks nice and clean, but hopefully it'll stay that way. Hopefully we won't have any weeds coming up. So here, kind of see our idea behind having a nice, deep and loose base to plant into. So here we have our original soil. Then we have about 2 inches of horse manure and soil on top of that. And then we have on top here pretty much straight compost. So it's not fully broken down stuff, but it's about halfway there. And as a surface mulch, it does really good. So we're gonna let this sit for a little while, settle in. I may have to add some more, depending on how much it settles in. We might plant a fall crop in here yet, but if not, we'll let it sit over winter and break down even more for the spring. So we're hoping to maximize our plantings in here and our rotations in here, keep these filled all year round. We have plenty of things to learn. These are first time trying raised beds, so I'm sure there'll be failures and successes along the road.